Yo, it's your boy Luap coming back at it again with another video. In this video, I will recap and review Pokemon Journeys episode 133, Project Mew, as well as give my predictions for episode 134, Seize the Future. If you guys enjoy episode reviews as well as recaps each and every week, then I highly suggest you hit the like button and subscribe as it truly helps support the channel. Last week I tried a podcasty style episode review that wasn't scripted and didn't have a recap, and I'm genuinely curious which of the two formats you prefer best. Please let me know in the comments below. But with all that being said, let's begin by recapping the events of episode 133. The episode begins with Asahi and Hodoka giving instructions to Goh, Gary, and Tokyo about their mission to Project Mew. They're gonna go to Table Mountain, the place where Mew is found to be residing. The area is known for its exotic environment and is made up of towering cliffs and is home to a bunch of rare wild Pokemon. The aircraft soon lands on Table Mountain and Hodoka sends the 5 chasers to go find Mew. They are amazed at how enormous the mountain actually is, as Goh takes out the device that tracks the energy coming from Mew. Tsurugi and Asahi are equipped with cameras so that Hodoka can watch over them from his aircraft. They begin walking through the woods as we see a lot of wild Pokemon peacefully enjoying their time in their habitat. As they're walking, Tokyo asks Goh if he'll catch Mew when they meet, and after some contemplating he says that yeah, he's gonna do it. At some point the device detects the presence of Mew, but it's only Grookey who notices it as we see Mew pass overhead. When the chasers are trying to cross a river, a wild Swampert suddenly attacks them, so it's the perfect time for Tokyo to flex his new catch, a Virizion, which he caught in his follow 3 sets of Virtuous Footprints trial mission. The legendary Pokemon easily handle Swampert, allowing all of them to safely cross the river. Next they are met with an incredibly tall mountain that I doubt anyone could climb, but they're supposed to climb it to get to where they need to go. Randomly the phone signal is cut off and they could no longer contact the professor. The Rotom phones, flashlights, and device used to track Mew aren't working either. Even their Pokeballs are now out of use, so that leaves them with no choice but to rely on Weavile, Azumarill, and the ever-powerful Grookey in the event that they need to battle. Despite all that, they still decide to do the impossible and climb the steep mountain. Tsurugi leads the pack, followed by Gary, Tokyo, Goh, then Asahi who watches out for them from behind. Tsurugi reaches a flat surface where they can stand on, but when Gary almost gets there, a wild Skarmory just flies under him and snaps the rope. Good thing Tsurugi grabs a hold of Gary, but the rest of the chasers just lose the harness that's strapped to them, and they're still effortlessly clinging onto the cliff like Spider-Man. Asahi finds another path to the left, so she, Goh, and Tokyo decide to check it out. Tsurugi and Gary continue to move upwards, and at one point Weavile even saves Gary from falling. Asahi discovers a waterfall, and behind the waterfall is an opening to the cave, which is home to many Carbink. Gary and Tsurugi soon reach the top, and they conveniently find a hole, so they hang on with some vines to make their way down the hole. Asahi's group finds a berry that's partially eaten. She concludes that it might be Mew who is munching on it, so she collects the berry because she might be able to extract some DNA from it. Both groups head further down into the cave until Tsurugi and Gary are attacked by a Kabutops and an Aerodactyl. Weavile does quick work on both fossil Pokemon. The other group is faced by Solrock and Lunatone as Asahi tells the boys to stand behind her. Azumarill stops her attacks with a light screen, then Grookey hops off of Goh's head to try and attack the sun and the moon. But Goh's voice startles Grookey, leaving him unable to attack, and thanks to Azumarill, my precious child is saved from any harm. The 3 of them manage to escape from Solrock and Lunatone as Goh asks Grookey if he is okay. Grookey affirms that he is, but sad deep down that he wasn't able to help the team. As Gary and Tsurugi explore deeper into the cave, the ground starts shaking, and emerging from the earth is the legendary gods of the land, Groudon. Back to Asahi, Goh, and Tokyo, and we see the legendary of the god of seas, Kyogre, emerging from the lake, and that's where the episode ends. Project Mew continues its amazing episodes. We draw closer and closer to the conclusion of Pokemon Journeys and Project Mew, and they set it up quite well, I think. In this episode we got a complete focus on Goh, who has to now keep his end of the promise that he made with Ash. After arriving at Faraway Island, Goh and the Chasers, and wow, that sounds just like a band name, set foot to go and find Mew. Is it me or did Tsurugi act extremely sus in this episode? I felt that he was often listening in on this episode but not saying much. And we've all made a lot of weird looks at Gary too. I feel that Tsurugi might be evil himself, or he's just working with Hodoka on something really dark. However, that might also be very blunt and straightforward, so I can also see it being a curveball on Asahi's actually evil one. Or maybe the weird looks from Tsurugi is because he's suspicious of Hodoka already and has a close eye on him. Either way, I'm glad that Grookey had a bit of spotlight in this episode as he is my baby. He went to fight Solrock and Lunatone but stopped midway because Goh called his name. He looked visibly saddened by not being able to do much, so expect some redemption coming his way next episode. It would honestly be hilarious if PokeFerlac's prediction of Grookey being Mew comes out to be true, and I can totally see that happening. I'll be giving this episode an 8 out of 10. It was a fun episode which I would gladly take over any filler. I honestly wish that the episode had more things to offer us because I want just more with 1 or 2 episodes remaining. The episode's rating could go slightly up or down depending on the future episodes. A fun fact which does contain Scarlet and Violet spoilers, so fast forward a bit to the time on screen if you want to skip it. But Tokyo being revealed to have a Virizion is not random, and it in fact maybe confirms that they're both going to appear in the next anime. If you didn't know, there's a Paradox form of Suicune and Virizion in Scarlet and Violet, probably coming in the form of future DLC. That's it for my review of episode 133, let's take a look at the preview trailer and make our predictions for episode 134. The trailer shows Groudon and Kyogre attacking the Chasers, and they seem to be unable to defeat the box art legendaries. I predict that Groudon and Kyogre will just appear for a short while, and then they flee right after attacking them. Mew finally appears in an open room under the moonlight, and I predict that they will have a raid battle to capture it, but none of them gets to capture Mew, and the ending will be a little open-ended. Another theory of mine is that Groudon, Kyogre, and maybe even more Pokemon that we've seen are actually Mew in disguise. Like, there are actually multiple Mews living on this mountain. Now let's move on to the special promo given to us after the episode. Jessie, James, Meowth, and Wobbuffet are seen walking in the forest until their eye catches a Pokemon they've never seen before, a Sprigatito. They want to catch it, but the cat's aromas causes them to fall asleep, allowing it to run away. I guess this just confirms that there will be a Generation 9 anime, and I'm hoping to see more promos for Fuecoco and Quaxly coming in the next 2 episodes. So yeah, that was my review for Pokemon Journeys episode 133, as well as my predictions for episode 134. If you guys enjoyed it, I highly urge you to hit the like button and subscribe. I make episode reviews every week, just a few hours after the episode airs, so if you enjoy these reviews right after the episode, you know where to come. Today's comment of the day is, now that Scabby has been out for a week, how have your experiences been? I loved it, and I've played with so many of you guys over on the Discord, so thank you for those who have joined me. Again, if you made it this far into the video, I truly appreciate you, and as always, it's been your boy Luap, and I'm out. Peace.